Hi everyone. In this session, we are discussing about the last theorem known as maximum power transfer theorem. Till now we discussed about 5 theorems. First one is the reciprocity theorem. Next Thevenin's theorem, Norton's theorem, Millman's theorem. Next superposition theorem. The last one is the maximum power transfer theorem. See, the general interest in any network is in order to transfer a maximum power from source to load is our general interest. Say the power transfer from source to the load is not always maximum. Only at particular condition we can transfer maximum power from source to load. Okay, it depends on the type of source we are using and the type of load is connected. Okay, so based on type of source and type of load, we can categorize into 3 categories. Let me call it as case 1. Case 1. So in case 1, I will consider DC source with internal resistance, DC source E, let me call it as E, with internal resistance R0 is connected across variable load resistance. I will explain why I am considering variable load resistance. First, I would like to write the circuit. First, DC source, what is that source value is represented by E, with an internal resistance R0. Okay. Next, this is the type of source. What is the type of source? DC source with internal resistance R0. Then type of load is variable load resistance. So let me represent it by RL. Okay. So this is the case number 1. This is the first type of circuit. So this type of circuit consists a DC source with internal resistance R0 that is connected across variable load resistance RL. In this type of circuit, yes, we can transfer a maximum power from source to load only when RL is equal to R0. In this particular condition, we can transfer a maximum power from source to load. Anyhow, we are going to prove this relation one by one. Okay. Next, in case 2, yes, in first case we consider DC circuit with internal resistance R0 is connected across load resistance RL. In second case, I will consider AC source. Again, let me represent it by E only or E0. Okay. If the source is AC means then that is connected in series with internal impedance. What is that internal? Impedance is represented by Z0. Impedance means it consists both resistive and reactive terms. And let me write it as R0 plus J into X0. What is Z0? Z is equal to R plus Jx, right? So Z0 is equal to R0 plus J into X0 is connected across variable load resistance RL. See, just see the difference between case 1 circuit and case 2 circuit. In case 1, what is the type of source? DC source is connected in series with the internal resistance R0 connected across variable load resistance. In case 2, yes, AC source with internal impedance Z0 is connected across same variable load resistance. For this circuit, when we can transfer a maximum power from source to load means when RL is equal to magnitude of R0 plus R0 square X0, or else Simply we can write RL is equal to magnitude of Z naught. Is that clear? So, what is the condition? In order to transfer a maximum power from source to load, when load resistance is equal to magnitude of source impedance. So, in this particular condition, we can transfer a maximum power from source to the load. Anyhow, we are going to prove this relation also by considering this second circuit. The last one is case 3. The last one is case 3. First one now, DC source connected to load resistance. Second one, AC source is connected across variable load resistance. Then last one is the AC source. AC source, it is represented by E naught. If the source is AC means internal impedance, that is denoted by Z naught. Z naught is equal to R naught plus J into X naught. Again, now the source is AC. This AC source is connected across variable load impedance. Variable load impedance is denoted by ZL. ZL is equal to RL plus J into XL. Okay. Again, there are two subcategories in this case 3. Okay. Here, entire ZL is variable. ZL is variable means both RL and XL both are variable. So, in this we can consider two more cases also. Out of ZL, only RL is variable. Okay. Again, out of ZL, only XL is variable. Finally, we can consider ZL, entire ZL is variable means both RL as well as XLs are variable. This variable terms is very important, it plays very important role. I will explain how this is very important while deriving these three cases. Is that clear? Okay, now let us move on to the derivation part. How we can prove in case 1, if the source is DC source with an internal resistance R0 is connected across variable load resistance, in which particular condition we can transfer a maximum power from source to the load. Say we are talking about power, right? Yes. So, what is the formula to find out the power? Transfer maximum power from source to load, right? What is the power consumed by this load, or else what is the power delivered to this load is represented by, then the formula is to calculate the power transferred to the load is P is equal to I square into R. The general formula to find out the power is P is equal to I square into R. What is that I? What is that current? The current flowing through load, correct? Because we are finding what is the power transferred to the load, right? Then what is the current through the load? That is represented by IL. Therefore, IL square into where we are finding the power across that load resistance, that's why IL square into RL. Is that clear? So, in order to find out maximum power, because we are going to derive the condition when we can transfer a maximum power from source to the load, right? That's why I'm trying to calculate what is the power received by this load resistance, or what is the power, maximum power transferred to this load resistance. This is not a maximum power, it is just a power, amount of power received by this load resistance. Is that clear? Now, in order to find out this power, first we need to calculate what is IL. What is IL? The current through this load. How we can calculate? How we can obtain an expression for IL? IL is equal to, it is a simple circuit because it is a single loop circuit. Easily we can find out what is the current flowing through in this loop. Correct? By applying the Ohm's law, I is equal to V divided by R, right? What is the supply voltage here? E, let me call it as E naught only. E naught divided by two resistances are connected in series. One is the source resistance R naught, another one is the load resistance RL. Therefore, IL is equal to the voltage in this loop is E naught divided by, what is the total resistance of this circuit? R naught plus RL, because these two are connected in series. So R naught plus RL. Is that clear? Just substitute IL in above equation. Therefore, P is equal to, what is IL square? E naught square divided by R naught plus RL whole square. Because IL is equal to E naught divided by R naught plus RL. What is IL square whole square? E naught divided by R naught plus RL whole square. Again, we can write it in this form, E naught square divided by R naught plus RL into RL. So this is the amount of power transferred to this load, or this is the amount of power received by load resistance. Now in order to calculate what is the maximum power, so I will try to explain how we can find out this maximum power, what is the condition in which we can transfer a maximum power. See, in any system, whether it is in a mechanical system or electrical system or electromechanical system or in any system, if you want to find out any maximum value, differentiate what value you are going to find out, maximum value you are going to find out, differentiate that value with respect to variable present in the system. For example, let us take two brand new bikes, and both are riding in the same road, means road condition is also same. Both the bikes are using same fuel means same company, same quality of fuel, and load is also same, means two persons weight also same. So in which parameter affects the mileage of the bike? See, both the bikes are brand new, even road is also same. Even load means both the bikes riders are same weight. Then what parameter can change the mileage of the vehicle? That is depends on speed of the bike. You might have seen on the display of that meter board economy in the green and red. If you drive a bike, if you ride a bike in a speed of 40 to 50 kilometer, that is the condition where we can obtain a maximum mileage. More than 90 also the mileage will drop. Less than 30 also the mileage will drop. Only between 30 to 50-55 kilometer, yes, we can obtain a maximum mileage. Okay, this is the condition where we can obtain obtain a maximum mileage. Similarly, all the parameters are fixed, just like a bike is fixed. Both are brand new. Road is also fixed. Load is also fixed. The one and only the varying parameter is speed, velocity of the bike. In same way, here systems is fixed. Supply is fixed, internal resistance is also fixed. The only thing we can change, variable thing in the circuit is load resistance. That's why it is represented by variable load resistance. So, in any system, if you want to find out a maximum value, differentiate that maximum value with respect to variable present in the system. Just like in this bike example, what is the variable present in the system? Speed, velocity of the bike. In this system, what is the variable present in the system? Variable load resistance. So, this is the mathematical condition. What is this mathematical condition? Differentiate power with respect to variable present in this system, equate that to 0. What is that mathematical condition in order to find out the maximum power? So now P differentiate power dP with respect to variable present in the system is RL, load resistance, equate that to 0. Is that clear? Now just differentiate the above expression with respect to RL. This is U by V rule, right? Yes, first denominator R naught plus RL whole square into into differentiation of this numerator E naught square into RL with respect to what? RL, right? So differentiation of RL with respect to RL 1. So then what is the remaining? E naught square. Next minus numerator. What is that numerator consist? E naught square into RL. Now differentiation of denominator again with respect to RL, right? What is differentiation of R naught plus RL whole square? 2 into R naught plus RL. Okay, divided by whole divided by, yes, denominator whole square. What is that? R naught RL square whole square. This is the formula, that is equal to 0, because this is the mathematical condition in order to obtain a condition for maximum power, that is differentiation of power with respect to RL, that is equal to 0. Is that clear? Now just simplify this equation. Denominator is just cross multiply with 0, you will get 0. Then consider the numerator. Yes, R naught plus RL square into E naught square equals to, minus is there, right? Just shift to right side. E naught square RL into 2 R naught plus 2 RL. Yes, E naught square will get cancelled. Then what is the formula for A plus B whole square? A square plus B square plus 2AB. Yes, similarly R naught square plus RL square plus 2 R naught RL is equal to 2 R naught RL plus 2 RL into RL square. Now 2 R naught RL will get cancelled. Next to R naught square is equal to 2 RL square, RL square shift to right side minus RL square. So therefore R naught square is equal to 2 RL square minus RL square, square will get cancelled. Finally R naught is equal to RL. This is what we discussed in previous cases. In case 1, in which particular condition we can transfer a maximum power from source to load? When load resistance, here the variable thing is RL. When load resistance is exactly same as source resistance, in this particular condition we can transfer a maximum power from source to load. Then what is the maximum power? Just by knowing RL is equal to R naught, I mean both RL and R naught are equal, right? Just find out what is IL. IL is equal to E naught divided by either 2 R naught, because R naught and RL same, right? 2 R naught or 2 RL. So let me substitute IL is equal to E naught divided by 2 RL. Is that clear? So by knowing IL, just find out P. So now you substituted the condition for maximum power, right? Now the P becomes P max, because right now what we are calculating, that is not a power, that is not just a power, it is a maximum power, because we substituted the condition for maximum power. Therefore P max is equal to, yes, what is E naught? IL is equal to E naught divided by R naught plus RL, so that we can write 2 RL whole square. Now it becomes E naught square divided by R naught plus RL can be written as 2 RL. So 2 square means, here square is there, right? 2 square means 4 RL square into RL. Is that clear? So RL square will get cancelled. Therefore P max, maximum power, is equal to E naught square divided by 4 RL. So this is the condition for maximum power in case 1, when source is DC with internal resistance R naught is connected across variable load resistance RL. The condition in order to transfer a maximum power is RL is equal to R naught. Thank you. Okay, now let us move on to the case 2. Again, we need to derive what is the condition to transfer a maximum power from source to load when source is AC source with internal impedance Z0 connected across variable load resistance RL. Is that clear? Once again, same procedure. What is the formula to calculate the power? P is equal to IL square into RL. I am directly writing because just now similar topic is already we discussed. Next, what is IL for this circuit? Again, IL is the current through load. Yes, by knowing the source value, and one is impedance, other one is the resistance. I am not going to substitute this Z0 because I will try to substitute in terms of resistance, because we can directly add R0 with RL. Okay, I will explain how. IL is equal to, what is the supply voltage in this circuit? E0 divided by, what is Z0? Z0 is equal to R0 plus J into X0. That is the impedance, internal impedance, plus what is the load resistance value? RL. Okay, so we can add resistive parts, right? R0 plus RL, so that IL is equal to E0 divided by R0 plus RL plus R0 plus RL plus J into X0. J into X0. Now, in order to calculate the power, so you no need to consider this current in complex form. Okay, this J terms and all not required. Just consider the magnitude of current. IL, just now we calculate, got the expression for IL. But in order to calculate power, just consider the magnitude of current. You know, if X plus IY is the complex number, X plus IY is the complex number. How to calculate this magnitude of this complex number? That is square root of X square plus Y square. Similarly, IL is equal to E0. That is the real value divided by R0 plus RL plus J into X0. How to calculate the magnitude of this denominator? Square root of R0 plus RL square plus X0 square, just like X plus IY. Therefore, the magnitude of IL is equal to E0 divided by square root of R0 plus RL square plus X0 square. Okay, now therefore we can calculate what is the power received by load resistance. So what is that? P is equal to magnitude of IL square into RL. Magnitude of IL square into RL. What is magnitude of IL square? P is equal to, directly I am writing, IL, magnitude of IL consists E0, right? E0 square divided by square root of R0 plus RL square plus X0 square, that is comes in square root, right? Square and the square root will get cancelled. Then what is remaining? R0 plus RL square plus X0 square. Is that clear? So this is the power into RL. So now this is the amount of power received by the load. Now we have to, we are going to get the maximum power, the condition in which we can transfer a maximum power from source to load, right? What is the condition to obtain this condition for maximum power? Differentiate this power with respect to variable present in the system. Once again, the one and only variable in this circuit is RL. That's why it is represented as variable load resistance RL. So differentiate power with respect to load resistance, variable load resistance RL, equate that to 0. Okay. Now just differentiate above equation with respect to RL and simplify and get a relation, expression for condition for maximum power transfer. Yes. Again U by V, denominator, what is the denominator? R naught plus RL square plus X naught square into, what is differentiation of numerator with respect to RL? That numerator consists E naught square into RL. What is differentiation of RL with respect to RL? 1 into E naught square, E naught square. Okay, minus, what is the numerator? E naught square into RL. Differentiation of denominator, yes, the first term consists R naught plus RL whole square. What is differentiation of this first term with respect to RL? 2 into R naught plus RL. What is the differentiation of X naught square with respect to RL? So it is constant term, that is independent of RL, so that is equal to 0. The whole thing divided by, yes, R naught plus RL square plus X naught square whole square, that is equal to 0. According to condition, differentiation of power with respect to RL, that is equal to 0. The denominator is just cross multiply with 0. Yes, you will get R naught plus RL whole square plus X naught into, again we need to use this one set of bracket, into E naught square minus E naught square RL into 2 R naught plus RL. Directly I will write R naught plus RL whole square plus X naught square into E naught square, that is equal to E naught square into 2 R naught RL, 2 R naught RL plus 2 R naught RL plus 2 RL into RL, 2 RL square. Okay. So E naught square will get cancelled. Next, yes, what is the remaining? R naught plus RL whole square plus X naught square plus X naught square is equal to 2 R naught RL plus 2 RL square plus 2 RL square. Now, what is A plus B whole square? Again, R naught square plus RL square plus 2 R naught RL plus X naught square plus X naught square, that is equal to 2 R naught RL plus 2 RL square. Is that clear? Now just see the equation. 2 R naught RL, 2 R naught RL will get cancelled, and R naught square plus X naught square is equal to 2 RL square minus RL square. So 2 RL square minus RL, you will get RL square, that is equal to R naught square plus X naught square. Therefore, RL is equal to square root of R naught square plus X naught square. X naught square. What is square root of R naught square plus X naught square? See, internal impedance is R naught plus JX naught. What is the magnitude of this R naught plus JX naught? Square root of R naught square plus X naught square. Therefore, RL is equal to magnitude of Z naught. This is the condition where we can transfer a maximum power from source to load. What is the type of source? AC source with internal impedance Z0 is equal to R0 plus JX0 connected across variable load resistance. In this condition, yes, when load resistance is equal to magnitude of source impedance, then we can transfer a maximum power from source to load. Thank you. Okay, now let us move on to the case 3. The type of source is AC source with internal impedance Z0, that is equal to R0 plus JX0 connected across variable load impedance. What is that? ZL is equal to RL plus JXL. I will consider entire ZL is variable. I mean both RL and XL variable. Sometimes in examination they may ask, yes, of course, load impedance connected out of ZL, because ZL consists two components, one is RL, other one is XL. If XL is only variable, sometimes they may ask in this type of question. Okay, this kind of question. What is that? Only XL is variable or only RL is variable. Anyhow, in order to prove entire ZL is variable means both RL and XL is variable, directly we are substituting that condition. So in same way, in between I will prove only when XL is variable what is the condition, and only when RL is variable what is the condition. So at a time I will try to cover all the three cases. I mean entire ZL is variable. Entire ZL is variable means both RL and XL is variable. Next one, only XL is variable. Next one, only RL is variable. But anyhow, RL and XL both are variable means it is nothing but indirectly we are substituting, directly we are substituting these cases. One is XL is variable, other one is RL is variable. Now, what is the formula to find out the power? P is equal to IL square into ZL. IL square into ZL. But I'm not writing ZL. I will write RL only, because anyhow the power received by impedance only. But you already discussed in basic electrical engineering, out of three basic elements, resistor, inductor, capacitor, the one and only element which consumes the power is resistance only. The power consumed by pure inductor is 0. The power consumed by pure capacitor is also 0. That's why while calculating the power, we should consider only resistance, because the one and only element which consumes the power is resistance. That's why instead of substituting ZL, I am substituting only RL. Is it clear? Next, what is IL? IL is equal to E naught divided by Z0 plus ZL. Z0 plus ZL. Is that clear? Next, what is Z0? IL is equal to E naught divided by R0 plus J into X0. What is ZL? RL plus J into XL. Next, IL is equal to E naught divided by, just group the resistive parts only. What is that? R0 plus RL plus J common factor Jx0 plus Jxl, J common factor X0 plus XL. Okay. Anyhow, while calculating the power, consider only magnitude of current, right? So what is the magnitude of current? IL is equal to, magnitude of IL is equal to E naught divided by square root of R naught plus RL square plus X naught plus XL square. Is that clear? Now just calculate power. P is equal to, just calculate power. P is equal to the magnitude of IL square into RL. Therefore, P is equal to, what is magnitude of IL square? E naught square. E naught square divided by, yes, R naught plus RL, R naught plus RL square plus X naught plus XL square into RL. Okay, so if the question is entire ZL is variable, I mean both RL and XL are variable, we need to substitute one condition. What is that condition? When XL is equal to minus X naught. See, in order to increase the power from source to load, this is the first condition. How we can obtain this condition means, before that, only when XL is variable, only when XL is variable, what is the condition we are going to get? XL is equal to minus X naught. That's why we are substituting this condition. Anyhow, we can prove that condition. How? When XL is variable. When XL is variable. Yes, differentiation of power, I mean dP with respect to X variable. Which one is the variable here? Only XL, right? So differentiate with respect to XL only. Okay, then equate that to 0. Equate that to 0. Yes, just differentiate this with respect to XL. Remember, with respect to XL. Therefore, E naught denominator. What is that denominator? R naught plus RL square plus X naught plus XL square, the whole thing into differentiation of numerator. What is that numerator consist? E naught square RL. So there is no XL term here. Okay, then what is differentiation of E naught square RL with respect to XL? 0. 0. Minus, yes, numerator consists E naught square into RL, E naught square into RL. What is differentiation of R naught plus RL whole square with respect to XL? Again it is 0 because it is independent of XL. Just differentiate the second term. What is that? 2 times of X naught plus XL. The entire thing is divided by, yes, R naught plus RL square plus X naught plus XL, X naught plus XL square whole square. That is equal to 0. Just cross multiply, you will get 0. Then this thing into 0. 0. Then remaining minus E naught square RL into 2 times of X naught plus XL. That is equal to 0. So just 0 divided by minus E naught RL 2. You will get 0. Finally, you will get X naught plus XL is equal to 0. Therefore, XL is equal to minus X naught. This is the condition we are substituted in order to transfer a maximum power from source to load only when XL is variable. Only when XL is variable, XL is equal to minus X naught. In this way, we can increase the power from source to load. Further, we can increase again by making RL as a variable. We can see that in the next step. Now, just substitute this case. What is that? XL is equal to minus X naught in this P dash. This is P, right? So now the power is increased. Still we can increase further we can increase the power. That's why let me call it as P dash, that is equal to E naught square into RL. If X naught or X naught is equal to XL or XL is equal to X naught, this part becomes 0. Then what is remaining? R naught plus RL whole square. Okay. Still further we can increase the power again by differentiating this P dash with respect to, now RL is variable. RL is variable. First case only XL is variable. Now RL is variable. So differentiate with respect to RL, equate that to 0. Equate that to 0. Now it is almost same as our first case derivation. What is that? E naught square RL divided by R naught plus RL whole square. Just differentiate that. Denominator R naught plus RL whole square into differentiation of RL with respect to RL 1 into E naught square minus E naught square RL, yes, differentiation of denominator 2 times of R naught RL, the whole divided by, yes, R naught plus RL whole square, that is equal to 0. Just cross multiply, you will have denominator 0, then remaining R naught plus RL whole square into E naught square is equal to E naught square into 2 R naught RL plus 2 RL into RL. It is all same as a case 1 expression, case 1 derivation 2 RL square. So E naught square will get cancelled. A plus B whole square, apply A plus B whole square formula, R naught square plus RL square plus 2 R naught RL is equal to 2 R naught RL plus 2 RL square. So 2 R naught RL will get cancelled. Therefore, R naught square is equal to 2 RL square minus RL square. What is 2 RL square minus RL square? RL square. Therefore, R naught square is equal to RL square. Therefore, R naught is equal to RL. So only when XL is variable, XL is equal to minus X naught. Only when RL is variable, RL is equal to R naught. When both are variable, therefore ZL is equal to, yes, RL plus J into XL, right? So that is equal to, what is RL? R naught. What is XL? Minus X naught. Therefore minus J into X naught. What is R naught minus J X naught? R naught, this is given R naught plus Jx naught. What is R naught minus Jx naught? Complex conjugate of Z naught. What is complex conjugate of Z naught? R naught minus Jx naught. Therefore, when ZL is equal to complex conjugate of Z naught, this is how we can transfer a maximum power from source to load when both RL and XL are variable. In examination, the question may be anything like only XL is variable. This is the first case. Only RL is variable. This is the next case. Or the question may be entire ZL is variable, means both RL and XL both are variable. So we need to prove all these steps. Thank you.